Welcome back. One of the most popular New Year's resolutions is to fall in love, but as we all know, it ain't that easy. So we brought in our expert, professional dating coach Angela Luton, with the tips on how to nab Mr. or Mrs. Right. Angela, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Good morning.
I'm good. It's always fun to talk about dating. Everybody likes talking about that.
Yeah.
So tell me about your background, how you got started as a dating coach.
Well, I divorced when I was 34, and realistically, the last time I was dating, I had a pager. And so I came out thinking I was going to know how to date, I was going to be great, and I was terrible. And so I figured kind of my way through it, and I made a lot of mistakes that first year. And then after that, I realized there was a need for other people to know how to date, particularly coming out of long-term relationships.
So you said you were a terrible dater. What makes you a terrible dater?
Oh, I didn't know how to text. I was used to being in business, and so I would text back right away. I'd never give anybody any chance to breathe, and I was very intense coming out of the gate.
I feel like there are literally pages of things I can ask you, but every time you hit on something, I got to jump in.
Okay.
So talking about how long you're supposed to wait, I guess it would depend on each individual situation, but I'm sure that's like a common question you get. He texted me, she texted me. When do I text back? When do I call back? What's the answer?
Well, it's funny because a lot of my powerful CEO type guys, they're very successful in business. I notice when we're kind of coaching and going through dating, they want to text back right away. So if a girl hits them, literally they are 2 seconds later, want to text back. So when are we going to dinner? What are we doing? And I told them just to slow down a little bit, let it marinate. It's kind of, we're such an instant gratification society now that if you give someone time, someone time to think about it, they're wondering, what are they doing? Are they want to text me back? Are they busy? That's really all you have anymore.
How long should you wait? 3 days? Is that acceptable?
No. Well, like 3 hours. If you can wait 3 hours, that's good. Never 3 days.
Right.
If you wait 3 days, girls lose interest.
Yeah, 3 days is
for sure.
Is not good. Tell me about the process. So somebody comes to get advice from you.
Okay.
What happens? You go with them on dates? You hold their hand? How does it all work?
Well, first of all, we just sit down and kind of have a conversation, and I get to feel them out and see if I'm good for them and they're good for me as a client. And if they really are ready and they want to listen and they want to learn, then we'll go out on a mock date, and that's either a female or a guy. And we just sit down and we just kind of have talk and conversation how you would in a date. And there's a lot of things that I can pick up in that first outing together that they're doing wrong or maybe could do differently.
Is a first date mostly about listening more so than talking?
Well, I think it's both, but yeah, you have to listen, and you have to really listen to someone, and that's the hardest thing to teach people. Their mind is 3 steps ahead, so they're thinking about what question they're going to ask next. Oh man, she looks hot in that dress. What's coming on? I wonder if she'll come back to my house with me. Stop and listen to what's going on.
Under no circumstances should you invite the person back to your house on a first date?
Not on a first date, never.
No chance.
No.
Right.
It's a safety issue too. I mean, we're meeting everyone online, or even if you know someone through a friend or through a Facebook connection, all of our interactions now are almost all social media driven. You still don't really know the person yet. So I would never let a date pick me up personally at my house the first time.
All right, so you mentioned social media.
Yes.
There is this new thing called Facebook.
Yeah.
It's pretty big. I don't know if you've heard of it. Dating with Facebook.
Yeah.
Now, how many dates until you add someone to your friend list? Do you never add them to your friend list? Do you allow them to see pictures? What are the rules?
That's a sticky situation, and usually someone will jump the gun and kind of want to friend you right away, or sometimes people now are friending each other before they even go out on a date. I always like to keep my personal interactions, and I advise my clients as well, what you're doing, like don't, out on a date with so-and-so, you don't want to catch yourself up and, be with Tuesday night you're with someone, Wednesday night you're with someone else. So you kind of leave your personal life out of it and let, Facebook just be your interaction with friends. It's funny because I write about my life and my dating, I've had, I don't want to say lots, but several guys say they can't date me. It's a bit intimidating to wonder if you're going to open up a blog or newspaper and see our date recounted.
Sure, it's kind of like a Sex and the City episode.
Yeah.
What's the answer to that? Do you do that? Is it public domain?
I say, listen, my life is public. You know that going in. I date online as well, and I'm upfront before anyone ever goes out with me. I go, my website's essentially Angela. You need to look me up and know this is what I do for a living. I write about dating. So they're like, now you're a dating coach. You're going to be checking everything I say on the date.
Do you change the names to protect the innocent, or
yes?
You do.
Everybody is faux names. Yes.
Okay, well that's
yeah.
good. All right, so with 2013 approaching,
yes,
I would imagine it's the most common resolution, or if not, top 2 or 3, that you want to find love, right? So
everybody.
What do you think? I mean, I know it's a tough question, how do you find love, but I don't know, a couple of points of advice for people that are looking?
I think you have to get yourself out there. I always tell people that say, I don't want an online date, or, I want someone to set me up. Listen, if you don't get up to bat and swing the bat, you're never going to hit the home run. So I tell people to get out there as many ways as possible. Tell your single friends, hey, I'm single, I'm looking. You have to have, must have an online dating profile. As long as you're single, you should have an online dating profile.
And you want to go to bat and hit a home run, but you don't want to hit a home run on the first date, just to reiterate, right?
Yeah, no, yes, exactly. Right. You do not want that home run on the first
right,
date.
Maybe a single or something like that, a walk.
Listen, everyone's adults, and I don't really give advice on when, you invite someone up, but I think that you have to kind of go with it, but definitely not the first date.
Okay, people want to get to know you, get a hold of you, come see you. How do they find you?
My website's essentially Angela. You can find me there and contact me anything you need.
All right, last question. For a guy who has been watching this for the last 7 minutes and is now enchanted by you, how can he successfully pick you up? What works?
Being confident.
Yeah.
I go for the most powerful, confident guy in the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, gentlemen. She's great. Good luck. Angela, great to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Thank you.
Good luck out there and happy hunting. When we come back, what to do when your baby is born prematurely and how you can help raise some much needed money for the March of Dimes. Stick around.